Hello and welcome to a tutorial video on the Black Ops M4 Viper. This is the newer edition. There have been two editions. One of them happens to have a Picatinny rail like this one does. It's a quad rail and works very nicely. I even have put on a grip that came separately. Okay, and we also have some 0.2 gram BBs, so make sure you get some nice quality 0.2 grams to shoot out of this thing. We also have the battery, which is a basic 8.4 volt nunchuck, and I have a smart charger for these, so it's very simple to use. This also comes with the standard M4 magazine. Airsoft, of course. Let me get that out. Okay, here's the magazine. Very simple, high capacity, makes a lot of rattling noise. I'm thinking they'll eventually invent a magazine that has foam on the inside. That way you don't get as much rattle. And some of the sound is isolated from the outside world. So maybe they'll come up with that. And the gun's very basic. It's just your standard $100 M4. It has a lot of plastic on it. This is all plastic. This magazine is obviously metal. Pretty much all this gun is plastic until you reach the barrel, which is actually metal. I can tell, I can feel it. If I can put my lips against it, that's the best way to test it. And as you can see, you see the wires in there and the gas line. Gas line really isn't there for any purpose except to make it look more realistic. But there's wires in there, as you can see, right there. Those are the wires for the battery. And this battery goes in pretty easily compared to some other rifles that I've used in the past, which isn't all that many. But anyway, this opens up very easily. You have to use two hands, but you just basically pull on this O-ring right here, and this whole quad rail will come apart, and you just pull the bottom part out and then insert your battery. This comes with a minor optic, basic iron sights, which comes with just about every rifle that you will receive. You know, some of them come with optic sights that are more complex. But this one comes with a flip-up iron sight optic. Very simple. I don't like it all that much. I'll probably get another optic. Let me show you it up close. So you get the idea. Sight's kind of boring. We also have the adjustable stock. It has quite a few points on it. And as you can see, those are the little point things. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them in there. So that's very nice. You can also adjust windage on this iron sight. And we actually do have what I believe is called the bolt carrier. And the, what is this called? It's a cover. It's the chamber cover or something like that. We also have the assist, which is just a piece of plastic that does absolutely nothing. In more complex guns, it actually does something, but not with this one. And we have the regular magazine release. It's only on one side, so that kind of sucks. But one of the things that I like about this gun is it's somewhat realistic because it has this piece right here. This is a shell deflector. And basically, when you're firing a real M4, if this thing wasn't here and a left-handed person was shooting this, or somebody was just shooting this left-handed, shells would hit him in the face a lot. So this thing is meant to deflect those shells, keep them going this way instead of going all the way towards somebody's face, and it's a very nice feature. And we have our regular hop-up inside. Unfortunately, you cannot get to the hop-up very too easily without a... And if you release the what's this, charging handle somewhat, some sort of charging handle. If you release this, you won't be able to get to the hop-up mechanism, which is right here. It's these gears that you see. Yeah, right there. But that's pretty basic. This gun comes in two select fire modes, semi-automatic and fully automatic, just like any other regular gun. I would personally prefer to have a burst replacing the semi-automatic, or maybe burst replacing the auto, because auto isn't all that useful, and well, I could really just use a 3 or 4 burst automatic shot, because if you keep holding that trigger, it's basically an automatic. Now, very simple and very useful. I think that this thing would do pretty well in a combat situation. It's not really for CQB, because the barrel, as you can see, is quite long, as well as the rest of the gun, and scrunched up. It's not all that small, so that's kind of a bummer. Yeah, that's very simple. And you can take the iron sights off this. You can just unscrew this and then remove it. You can turn it around if you want. Depends on what you want. Personally, I like it like this. That way I can simply see my windage and then adjust it with my right hand, while my left hand is holding the... No, I can adjust it with my left hand while the right hand is holding the grip right here. And the thing about this grip is it has a little notch in it. And this notch kind of gets in the way, so I don't really like this. I mean, it's supposed to help you, but my finger is pretty big, and as you can see, it just fits in there. But eventually my finger is going to get bigger, and it won't fit nearly as well. Now, other things about this gun is that the pieces that you see that are this color are actually made out of metal. I've tested them. All sorts of parts. Like this. Basically, a lot of the gun is metal. Anything that's not plastic is metal. But it's made out of somewhat strong plastic, and I think it could hold up for a while. The cheek rest is also something else I forgot to mention when doing the run through, as well as the little sling attachment here, and this crappy sling attachment right here. It doesn't feel a lot stable, and it moves around a lot. It's very bendy. I think I'd probably snap it off really easily, so I don't think I would use the sling attachment. Instead, I'd put my sling right through this hole right here, and just connect it up, like so. I might even take this sling and connect it through this hole right here. I'm guessing that's probably what that hole is for. I mean, what else? What else would I put through there? So that's a basic review. Don't leave this out in the rain. It could get rusted. It does have a full metal gearbox, and it fires pretty well. And once you set up your hop setup, then you'll be good to go. I also recommend, as the lowest amount of heavy BBs, you should probably use .20s or .2s, and most people call them, because the 0 doesn't really matter. Yeah, you should use these, because the .12 gram BBs and anything lighter than that will destroy this gun. So these are what you need to use. These will help you. And besides, you will get a less amount of hop up, even when the hop up is completely off. You would still get hop up. But very basic. The batteries, I hope you can see that. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's adjusting. I think it might be adjusting. But if you can read that, then that's cool. So that's just a basic battery. I think I like this gun, and I'm probably gonna modify it a bit by adding a scope onto it, maybe putting a new spring in it, and then just using it as a sniper rifle. Because I like sniper rifles, and I'd rather hit stuff from a long range than hit stuff from a short range. It's just what I like to do. I'll probably even take this red tip off the right here and replace it with a silencer. That way I can lengthen the barrel. Which, by the way, you can get rifled barrels for Airsoft. BBs won't actually be right snug up against the rifling, but air will pass through the rifling and make the BBs move even straighter through the barrel of the gun. And most Airsoft barrels in America are 6mm. This barrel is 6mm compared to the actual real barrels of real guns. The barrels of most handguns use 9mm caliber rounds, and those are pretty basic. And some other guns use like 5.56 caliber and all sorts of other calibers that I can't really remember. 45 caliber, all that stuff. But most Airsoft guns will use a 6mm caliber Airsoft BB that is ranging from 0.2 grams to 0.3 grams. And there's actually quite a few numbers in between 0.2 and 0.3. You could have 0.23s, you could have 0.25s, you have 0.27s and 2/8. It depends on how heavy you want your BBs. If you're going to be sniping, I recommend that you stay clear from just regular heavy, and definitely away from .12s. I mean, it's like very important that you use good BBs, because good BBs will extend the life of your gun and make it more potent, and it'll live longer if you use good BBs, and you won't jam up everything inside of it. Another good thing to do is not use plastic guns in the winter. Either that or use them indoors, like if you have a very large indoor range and you can fire from at enemies, and the range is very long somehow. I don't know how they would do that exactly, but if there is that sort of thing, then this would be somewhat of a gun that you would use. Not really good for CQB, but you could most likely change the barrel out on this. I'm not sure. I'm guessing that you could cut down the barrel if you really wanted. I'm just going into details here. And almost forgot about this. This is a bayonet attachment, which you can you might be able to put a bayonet on it, but it's a piece of plastic, so it wouldn't be all that good for stabbing people. So I think that's all I got time for today. Check out my channel and my other videos. This one's just a basic videos for all you viewers who want to know something about this gun, and it's an in-depth review. Basically like any other M4, only cheaper, and somewhat the same quality as a little bit more expensive M4, but it does have a metal gearbox, so I mean, what the heck? Why don't you just go over to Walmart and buy one of these? It's an all in all good gun. You can modify it if you really want. I'm going to be eventually sending it down to the mod shop, putting some stuff in it. It's going to cost me quite a bit of moolah in order to do that, so I'm probably going to wait on that, because Airsoft is not my number one thing. My number one thing is mainly buying TV shows and video games and all that sort of stuff. The internet's my main playground, and this is not really my playground right here. I just like to shoot BBs at things from a long range. So keep that in mind, and if you can, if you want to send me anything, just send me an email at my email account at what is my email account that I could use to have people send me stuff. The account is amclure343@gmail.com. I just came up with a random name. You should just ignore it. But that's my main account that I use for a lot of stuff. And you should definitely send me a message there if you want to send me something. I'd be glad to send you a private message and tell you my address. That is if you really were into it. But that's all pretty basic. That's it. So I'll see you later, and I'll eventually get a better camera. So bye.